And in a bid to stop kidnapping, maternity wards are fitting babies with the same anti-shoplifting tags used in supermarkets. It's already proved much more successful than the old security system. You know, the one hiding a paint bomb in the nappy that explodes when someone tries to change it. In Britain, a psychiatrist says changing the shape of car exhaust pipes from circular to egg-shaped has reduced the number of suicides. Is this such a good idea? I mean, if you're all set to gas yourself and then found the hose didn't fit the exhaust, isn't it just going to underline your sense of failure? Another British professor who wants to stop animal experimentation has suggested an alternative: using brain-dead people. But why stop there? Just think how accurate human crash test dummies would be. Messy, sure, but bloody accurate. And terminal coma patients could also find jobs in the retail trade. Not only would they make realistic store dummies, but they'd actually be more responsive than many shop assistants. In worrying news, researchers think microwaves emitted by mobile phones cause hotspots which can cook the caller's brain. So mobile phones cook the brain. So what? The real trick will be getting it brown and crispy. But don't forget to take the membrane off before your microwave, or it may explode all over the inside of your skull. But be warned, constant exposure to radiation will cause massive tumours, leaving mobile users hideously scarred with dysfunctional brains. So really, there'll be no difference at all. And that's good news. It's good news week. Welcome to Good News Week. And joining me tonight, the head honcho of Team One, a man who has beaten anorexia for over 30 years, Mr. Mikey Robbins. With Mikey, a lady who didn't fit in at Channel 7 because she had talent, swimmer, sports journo and new mum, Joanna Sweet. And the stand-up comedian thought by many to be Shane Paxton's evil twin, Tommy Dean. Presidente of Team Number 2, a man whose work in the CC's ad was mysteriously overlooked by Logie voters, Anthony Ackroyd. And two fierce competitors returning by popular demand: the hottest torch singer in town, Sue Cruikshank, and an actor soon to be seen as Hamlet's mother in Andrew Lloyd Webber's Denmark, That Crazy Town, Julia Zemiro. Well, it's come time to earn your applause, boys and girls. Round one, Mikey, Joanna, and Tommy. Tell us about this story.
Oh, yeah?
Is that it?
That hurts when that goes in, but you get used to it. Oh.
Ah.
Oh. Yes. Thank you, Sue, but I think we actually know.
Well, it seems most obvious. It's a camera in the cab to keep track of where every single person that hires the cab is taken to, and they're being tracked everywhere they go, so it can be some sort of personal placement test for each and every member of your family.
Yes, and it's also a cheap way of making porno films on a Saturday night. You
can gauge the fare.
Yeah, it's video cameras in cabs for security reasons.
That is right. Let's hear it. CabCam, as well as safety screens and alarms, will soon be fitted to all New South Wales taxis in a bid to protect drivers from robbery and assault. These security measures mean taxi bases will know where the cab is at all times. Now, if they could just do that for the drivers. But to make sure passengers don't miss the full taxi experience, cab companies are introducing a selection of pre-recorded driver monologues. Titles include, "What I Cleaned Off Your Seat This Morning," "Sleep Deprivation Makes Hallucinating Fun," and of course the classic, "I'll tell you what's wrong with this country." Anthony, Sue and Julia, your videotape is rolling right now.
We're confident.
It's
an aeroplane.
It is. The plane.
A couple of big blokes.
Men in airports.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
a current affair down the side.
Makeup on the hat.
Margot Kidder.
Oh, yes.
Terrible story. Terrible story, an anorexic woman.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's a sad thing about that woman. She was so thin.
Oh, gee, she was thin.
And mad.
And mad.
And thought she was bashed up.
As well.
As well. And lost.
I think we're working well together.
And she was in a woodpile.
Yes, she was in a woodpile found in a next door, and the neighbour went into her garden and said, gee, there must be something at the back, and there wasn't, and then went out and there was someone, and she said, you shouldn't be hiding in there.
That's right. That's exactly what he said. I was there.
It is Margot Kidder, and that was incredible, working as a team with one brain there, even though there are three of you.
It's horribly reminiscent of the Danny Bonaducci story.
Margot Kidder, who played Lois Lane, is the latest victim of what has become known as the curse of Superman, after police found her wandering around dazed and mentally confused. But then Lois was always like that. I mean, why else did she find Clark Kent unrecognizable the second he took his glasses off? Wouldn't you think, though, after wearing that tight synthetic bodysuit, that Superman's curse would be some kind of fungal infection? But it's hard to argue with the facts. Everyone who's pretended to be Superman has come to a rather pathetic end. George Reeves in the 1950s, Christopher Reeves in the 70s, and Bob Hawke. Even Marlon Brando, who played Superman's father, hasn't been spared. The only man with stretch marks around the underwear. Time for strange but true. 3 clues for each team to a recent stomach-turning story. At the end of the show, we'll ask them all about it. Mikey, Joanna, and Tommy, your clues are?
Yeah.
A mobile home. A siphon hose.
Siphon.
And a bottle of mouthwash.
It's Barbie's first bong. That's right, kids.
And for Anthony, Sue, and Julia, Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires.
Yes.
Okay. A bag of loot.
What a realistic sound effect.
And a stinking pair of sweaty socks. Round 2 is the one-on-one round. First game in this round, bites. Tommy, what is the British Labour MP Tony Banks going on about here?
They represented everything that was finest in British life. Well, I mean, that's bollocks, to be perfectly honest. I mean, hypocritical bollocks as well.
Yes.
The legalization of marijuana. No?
You said that with such confidence.
Well, it's usually the first phrase to come out of his mouth every day.
Oh, he may have been using some sort of political double talk to get around what he was trying to say. But this was definitely about the legalization of marijuana.
And the way that would then, say, flow onto the royal family, maybe.
Yes. Yes.
Anything to do with bollocks at all.
He was talking about how they need to legalize marijuana to make the monarchy far more formidable in the 90s.
Well, it's Tony Banks there, and he's not a big fan of the monarchy. He's going to support a bill in the House of Commons this week that wants to abolish it. He says those in favour of the royals always trot out the same reasons for keeping them. You know, Di visits a few cancer patients. Yeah, well, so does death. But you don't see people falling over him. Speaking of hypocritical bollocks, look what it is. It's for you, Julia.
Oh, marvellous.
I'm a great lover of children, and the fact that a little person can have a second opportunity in my country, I'm very proud to be involved.
Yes, there's so much personality, really, hasn't she? Yeah, very, very lively on television, even when she's talking about something serious.
The
Look,
she's great with it.
You're really get them off your head. It's a serious show about current affairs, and you're completely undermining our team.
It's a visual gag.
Honestly, I haven't got a bloody clue what she's talking about. Talking about young babies with a disorder of some kind.
I think Sue knows.
Sue?
Well, I've always been worried about her and her disorders. After she said that she fell down the stairs, that she smashed her arms, and she was anorexic and bulimic, and then she said they said I wasn't well. And she said they were lying. I have no idea what she was talking about.
I think let's go for a break and say babies with AIDS there.
Yeah.
No, it was Joanna, you know.
Throw it over to Mikey's team.
There was an open heart operation and she watched it and there was a big uproar because she had makeup on, she had a hair underneath her hat. Little cat thing.
Not anything to do with
But
an
she was
open,
watching it, she
open
was
heart
observing.
operation.
Open heart
Is it
transplant.
open heart?
Oh, yes, that's it.
Open heart I said it first.
No, you didn't.
Excuse me, Paul. I would like to say something here and now.
I've been to bed with Mrs. Sweet's husband on national television, and I know she didn't say it.
There's only one thing for it, Paul. The visual gag again.
Well, because that visual gag's been used more than twice, I'm going to take 2 points off you. And I'm going to give 1 point to Joanna.
Yes! Well done.
Diana sat in on an operation to raise the profile of a charity group, but the press have got stuck into her for wearing mascara, earrings and a watch, all against the rules in surgery. The princess says she doesn't know what all the fuss is about. I mean, after all, she always dresses up for the theatre. But the hospital says that in the future, any members of the royal family observing surgery will have to be sterile, which only leaves the corgis at the moment. The good news is the corgis love to clean up the leftovers. Tabloid roulette now, 3 magazine headlines. Only one is real. We want you to find the real one. Joanna.
Right.
Chilling. Doctors said I was dead, but I woke up. Burnt. Doctors said I would learn to smell again. And 3, horror. Doctors said the spider was in my ear, and they were right.
I'm sure I've read all of them.
It's a sad world.
I would say number 1. Doctor said I was dead, but I woke up.
Doctor said I was dead, but I woke up. Oh, yeah. Doctor said I had a motor disorder, and they were right. You are correct. Chilling. Doctor said I was dead, but I woke up. Describing the 20 minutes he was dead, Ken Mullen says he remembers a bright white light, feeling lightheaded and drowsy, and wanting to leave his body. Well, it was either a near-death experience or he was watching Showgirls. Sue, your headlines now.
Oh, God.
Slimy tentacles drag me into the mothership. X-Files star wants sex with a space creature. Ant-like aliens abducted us.
I think it's 3.
see,
Ant-like aliens. I saw the pictures. There
You
were
want that one there? You think there were
line
3?
drawings.
I can help you because I was abducted by an ant once.
Is that why you called Anthony?
And they look like this.
You're going to go into negative points very shortly.
No. Let me think about it. Tentacles, no. Sex, no.
Oh.
Aliens, yes.
And?
Yes.
Ant-like it? Yes, you are right. Ant-like aliens abducted us. A New South Wales couple claim they were snatched by a UFO and subjected to the standard rectal probes from tall insect-like creatures. Asked why he thought the ant-like aliens were attracted to him, the husband said, well, I did leave the lid off the jam. Another abduction victim claimed she was forced to drink tea, eat scones and talk about her family. She described the aliens who abducted her as ant-like creatures.
But you know, Paul, the interesting thing, they fought their way out of the alien spacecraft with a really big magnifying glass.
Last game in round 2.
Just ignore
Mikey's favourite missing persons, Mr. Robbins. Who are these forensic guys examining?
He's a happy bloke, isn't he? he's proud.
He's in Japan.
He's in Japan. I think, yeah, well, that guy's Japanese. I'd say it's probably...
Japan.
Tim...
You know him, do you?
Don't get thrown by the Japanese thing, Mike. It could be a red herring down his pants.
It's Tim Fisher.
Tim Fisher?
I wish it was Tim Fisher. I'm going to throw it open to the rest of the panel.
We're going to throw it right back at you, Mike.
Anybody at all want to answer this one?
I think it's someone famous because it's in Vanity Fair.
Yes, and it's in Japan. And I think it's a famous Japanese person.
I'll give you a hint, it's a football player.
Yes, I knew that. A Japanese football player. It's,
Eddinghausen got his wobble out again.
He's innocent. Anybody?
He's innocent.
He's innocent. The audience has it, O.J. Simpson.
Oh, no!
So we're going to award another point to the...
Oh, what a photo!
And apparently this guy's still looking for the other glove.
Check. This photograph was apparently taken during a routine cup after the trial. It's what O.J. was left with after he paid Johnny Cochran's bill. Anthony, your missing person has similar fashion sense. Who is it?
Too easy.
Blanche Del Puget?
Oh, it's not.
Blanche Del Puget's husband?
Oh, Mr. Puget.
Mr. Del
I said the 96 Peugeots are out.
Let's look at him. He's got
gotta be,
that
hasn't it?
look. He's got that. His hair's done. His hair's done.
What's the answer?
Bob Hawke.
Bob Hawke is right.
Yes.
Good on you.
I think Bill Hayden should take a few things back.
This happy shot of Bob and Blanche was actually taken during a recent game of Strip Dignity. Checking the scores at the halfway mark, and Mikey, Joanna and Tommy are letting it all hang out on a very vibrant 4 points. While Anthony, Sue and Julia are just slip, slop, slapping along on a miserable 2. Round 3 now, the user-friendly odd one out. Mikey, Joanna, Tommy. Who's the rotten egg here? Bananas in pyjamas?
They scare me. Oh!
Mr. Squiggle?
I got fired off that show.
Mr. Potato Head, who's looking rather chipper? And Jeff Fennick.
Mr. Potato Head's the only one that's not from Australia.
Yeah, hang on. Follow me, team. Follow me, team. We've got a couple of fruit.
But they're noseless.
Well, you can still be fruit and not have a nose, Joanna. It's not mute. You see many apples with noses lately? No, well, they're fruit and potato, which is sad, really. Jeff punched...
A fruit and vegetable guy out.
Yeah, Jeff punched a fruit and veggie guy out, so Mr. Squiggle's the odd one out because he's the only one who doesn't have anything to do with...
Fruit.
and vegetables.
You are right. Another 2 points there for you. Mr. Squiggle, because the others all have had something to do with fruit. And veggies, B1 and B2, and Mr. Potato Head. And, of course, Jeff Fennick once thumped a greengrocer. We send our best wishes to Mr. Squiggle, who is currently undergoing counselling. Apparently, he invited viewers to send in a doodle last week and got a nasty surprise from John Wayne Bobbitt. Anthony, Sue and Julia, a bunch of very fortunate sons here for you. The beautiful James Packer.
Oh, he's a fine figure of a man.
Lachlan Murdoch.
Oh, that's ugly.
Prince William.
Oh, he's cute.
And John F. Kennedy Jr.
Oh, his usual expression.
Prince William's the only one that hasn't gone out with Kate Fisher.
Not yet.
No, he wears glasses. Those 3 are 3rd generation money. He's 17th generation.
This is a probing
money.
analysis, Sue.
Yes.
He's got Walkman on.
Yes, and he should have.
Prince William's the only one who doesn't look like he's just sat in something really horrible.
Looks like he's just done it. What do you think?
Well, you look at the. I think you're on the right track here with the ancestry, and
Yes.
I think I'm on the right track with the Walkman, frankly.
Yes, frankly.
JFK's probably the only one who doesn't want to grow up and do what his father did.
I quite like that. I'm happy with that.
Good one, I love that.
Well, I think that was a very good answer. I'm going to give you 1 point for that, but it's the wrong answer. It is, in fact, James Packer. The others won't be too upset if they grow up to look like their fathers.
I never thought of that.
Let's have a shot. Oh! The Packer family is famous for going into business deals leading with the chin, which is handy because they don't have to be in the room at the time. William says he doesn't mind if he has Prince Charles's ears, but he really hopes he doesn't have his father's brain. A spokesman from the palace later confided they have no idea who has Charles's brain. So, with only 1 round to go, Mikey, Joanna and Tommy are planning a takeover on a very, very powerful 6 points. While Anthony, Sue and Julia are willing to make a deal with Rupert Murdoch on 3 points. Strange but true, the round that takes a bit of a walk on the wild side of the news. At the start of the show, Mikey, Joanna and Tommy had a motorhome, a siphon hose and a bottle of mouthwash. Do you know the rather nauseating story here?
Well, the first thing is this is mouthwash. I love an 8 o'clock creme de menthe.
It's a tragic love story.
It's a tragic love story.
It's a tragic love story. There's a guy and this girl never gives him any attention, so he invites him over to his house, to his motorhome.
Yeah.
And,
what's the hose for, mate?
Well, he puts a hose in the little thing, and he decides what he'll do is he'll gas himself, and she'll have to resurrect him when she gets there.
Do you and Gary play this out at night? Something to do, you know?
But because he's really keen on her, he puts mouthwash in his mouth so that when she gives him mouth-to-mouth, he actually tastes nice.
I have something just as strange, Mikey.
Hang on. You write the letters to Penthouse.
Here's what I think. I think she's right. It is a mad love story gone.
Yeah, that's right.
But instead, the boy was getting ready to leave his mobile home to go over to, say, lot number 4.
Yeah.
Where the hut was. Now, on his way out, he realized that since he hadn't moved his mobile home in more than, say, 6 years, he no longer needed petrol in the tank. That's where he kept his 25-gallon drums of mouthwash. Now, as he was about to move to lot 4, he realized he didn't have any inside, so he quickly had to take a siphon hose, get some of the mouthwash out of the petrol tank, freshen up, and move over to lot 4.
You're close, buddy. In fact, I think you put me on the right track. What he actually did was he had to get the petrol out of the tank, but as you realise, with a mobile home, it's self-sufficient. So there's petrol in there, and then there's another tank where Flusho goes.
That was my grey water reference earlier.
Yeah, he got the wrong hole, and hence the mouthwash.
Ah, yes. A nasty black water incident.
I'd like to hear Joanna finish her story. What happens after?
Well, they lived happily ever after.
Oh, that's 3 interesting and fascinating stories. Only one of them was correct, and it was Mikey's. I'm only going to give you a point for that, though, because you all had a go. The petrol tank and the sewerage tank, eh? An easy one with such 40 stake for a year-old unpleasant old boy to make, but consequences. The motorhome's owner decided not to press charges, saying, "It's the best laugh I've ever had." Well, 14 is a little young to go out and get tanked. And you can bet your bottom dollar when he got home his parents could smell it on his breath. I think the lesson here is if you're going to do something illegal, don't inhale. Anthony, Sue, and Julia, your clues were Buenos Aires, a bag of loot, and a pair of sweaty socks.
I think Madonna was auditioning for the part of Evita, and she did this, failed miserably, and so paid them a lot of money, and that's how she got the role.
I can't agree with that.
I can't agree with that.
I can't. I'm sorry, Julia.
We can.
It's fabulous, and I'm sorry you have to use the socks, but the truth is, and Anthony and I do know this, because we are up with the years.
I guess more intelligent than you.
A bank robber in Buenos Aires, right? He comes into the bank and he says, "This is a hold-up," and he
In Buenos Aires?
Yes, and he's
Which is
in
the
the
language
bank.
they speak there.
I'm glad.
She was struggling on this one.
No, I know what happened.
Oh, good.
And so he's got the money, the police come, excuse me, pull over, and
That was
he
a
said,
siren.
Yeah, he said, I've got to hide. So he hid somewhere in the bank. Now, we're not saying that he was a cross-dresser or he was gay, but he was in the closet. Now, then the police came in and they said, what happened? They said, we don't know where he is. I forgot, I'm trying to look and everything. Where is he? He's there. And the policeman said, what is that smell? And they went straight to the closet, and there was a poor little bastard.
Because of the smelly socks?
Yes!
Yes. Barbie's having a shower. Do you want to come and see Barbie have a shower?
I don't think you should have anything to do with an anorexic doll.
The audience was about as charged up as I was by that answer, but it was correct.
And dull.
I'm going to give you 3 points out of pity.
Do you want entertainment, Paul, or do you want accuracy?
Entertainment would have been good. Argentinian police had almost abandoned their search for Juan Carlos Martinez when they noticed a shocking smell coming from a cupboard. Yes, Juan used a deodorant, but he needed more. It was a costly arrest, though, because several expensive sniffer dogs overloaded and had to have their noses replaced. Smelliness is a common attribute of habitual criminals. Their time in jail teaches them to be wary of using the showers. Catch up with me. I'm away. The good news is the police have offered Juan Carlos a job. He gets to walk into hideouts to save on tear gas. Well, after a titanic struggle, Mikey, Joanna and Tommy have romped home with a powerful 7 points. Anthony, Sue and Julia have lost it completely on a miserable 6.
One point. And they got 1 point for something that they didn't even do, so it would have been equal.
Technically, I think you have to look at Anthony and his sock business for costing you, too.
Excuse me, you're a septic tank. What would you know about technically?
I'm still working out what septic tank means.
Septic tank is a derogatory Australian term for American. So we all now say a very sincere thank you to all our competitors and leave you with the good news that if you're worried about microwaves from mobile phones, just make sure you hang up before you hear ding. Good night.